फैन थोड़ा कम करो ना, एसी ऑन करो, फैन फैन बंद करो। हाँ शिल्पा मैम। Good evening, everyone. Just give me 2 minutes, like 5 minutes time. Let others join. We will start our session very soon. Good evening, everyone. Are you able to hear me? Good evening, everyone. Are you able to hear me? All right. Welcome, everyone. We will be discussing about options today. We expected a little more crowd, but that's totally fine. It's midday, so obviously we can't expect so many people. Is my voice audible, or do you want me to increase my tone or the volume? Do you want me to increase the volume, or is it fine? Is it fine? All right. How many people are here joining this session for the very first time? Fifth time. That's good. Yeah, Abhiram, I remember you. Anybody else? Vivek is for the first time. Anybody else who is joining this session for the very first time? Aurora. All right. How many people are trading in options? How many people are trading in options or having some knowledge in options? Anybody? Fresher. Good. Abhiram is experienced in options. At least he know options. Okay. Anything? Anybody else? Fresher. Let me know if you're a fresher or an experienced guy. Fresher. Anybody else? Just let me know if you're a fresher or an experienced guy. Don't worry, I'm not going to test your skills now. Just want to know what is your current status with options. Those who have some knowledge about options, can you tell me what are the two basic options we have? If you have some basic knowledge about options, just answer this. What are the two basic options we have? Call input. That's good. Can anybody have you ever thought to know what is E stands for in call? CENP? What do you mean by that E? Have you ever thought to know what is E? In CENP, C is call, put is call, that I know. What is E? Anybody? European. How many people know that E stands for European? Anybody else who know E stands for European? So basically, we Indian stock market has adopted the European options. Abhiram, do you know what are the other options you have apart from European? American options. We have two options which are famously known: American options and European options. European options have one expiry per week. I hope everybody know what is the day of expiry. What day will be the expiry? I hope every person in the stock market should be knowing what is the expiry day for the options. Which day is the expiry of the options? Weekly expiry. Which day? Which day the options get expired? Anybody else? Thursday is the expiry for options every week. All right. Every week, Thursday, your options get expired. Okay. In American options, you have two expiries. For every 2 days, you have an expiry. That is the difference between American options and European options. We trade with European options. We have only one expiry per week, that is Thursday. Is it clear? Everybody's clear with that? Clear? I want everybody to be interactive with me. If not, this session is going to be very boring. Let me be very frank. Let's try to be little interactive with me. You will learn something which is really important for your options. The most important problem is going to get solved today if you try to be interactive with me. Okay, don't think just because this is free session, this is going to be a useless session. I'm telling you something. We are giving the most important informations for free. We are not even charging anything for this. This topic is usually dealt in the premium batches, that is subscription batches, the mentorship program batches, but still we thought this should be addressed. This is the problem most of the option traders are facing, so we thought. So are you going to tell us about option buying? It's not exactly about option buying. I'm trying to deal with delta today. Okay. Before we get into the delta, I want you guys to brush up with all the basics of the options so that the concept of delta will be understood pretty well. Okay. So call and put, you understand. In that E is European, you understand. Expiry is on Thursday, which is good. How many people know call option is called positive option and put option is called negative option? How many people know call option is called positive option and put option is called negative option? Yes or no? I want everybody to be little. That's absolutely wrong. C for long, P for short is absolutely wrong. No, that's not the case. I'm talking about the directional bias. The call is positive, put is negative. As you know, we humans have a positive nature and negative nature, right? You would have seen in the movies, like there will be a white guy of yours who talk about something good about yourself. There will be a red guy who always says do something wrong. Remember, have you ever saw that kind of movies where two guys will come in front of you and talk with you, your positive sense and negative sense? Yes, right? The same way, every product will have a positive impact and negative impact. The call will be dealing with the positive impact, negative will be dealing with the put will be dealing with the negative impact. So that positivity or negativity is related with the direction, increase in the price or decrease in the price. Okay, so this is something important. Now, how many people know anything about delta? How many people know anything about delta? Anybody definition? You can Google if you want. What do you mean by delta? Anybody? If you don't want to see, if you want to learn here only, don't get into the internet, because It will eat your brain. Internet has a lot of wrong information. Don't get into it. I don't want you to get into that. Anybody, if you know what is delta, let me know. If not, just say I don't know. I'll be giving you a brief explanation of delta. You don't know? All right. Delta is nothing but the rate of change of premium. The call have a premium, the put will have premiums. And can you tell me something? If the product or if the underlying asset is moving up, or else if you say the index, let's say we are dealing with the index options. If index moves up, what will happen to the call premium? What will happen to the put premium? Anybody? If index moves up, if Bank Nifty is rising up, how many people watched market today? How many people watched market today? Lavan sir. How many people watched market today? So what is the market's nature today? Bullish or bearish? Bullish or bearish for the day? Bank Nifty is in bullish sense or bearish sense?
Bullish.
Bullish? Absolutely bullish. So Bank Nifty has increased its price. So what will happen? What will be the behavior of the call premiums and what will be the behavior of put premiums? Anybody can tell me? What is the behavior of call and what is the behavior of put?
Call is positive,
Guys, please
put is
don't.
negative.
I request you don't use mics. Try to talk only through the chat box. The reason is if you start, so many people start, it's going to be total mess. Try to be interactive only in the chat box. So what will happen to the call premiums and what will happen to the put premiums? Call premiums will increase, put premiums will decrease. That is what I am talking about, positivity and negativity. If the product value is increasing, the call will react positively and it will try to increase their premiums as well. On the other side, put reacts exactly opposite way. In fact, in a negative way, which is it will fall in the premiums. Next point. If at all the product price is falling, then what will happen to the call premiums and what will happen to the put premiums? What will happen to the call premiums and what will happen to the put premiums? If the product price is falling, that means index is falling. If index gets into bearish, what will happen to the call and what will happen to the put? Come on, guys. I want you to be interactive. If not, things won't work out at all. What will happen to the call premiums and what will happen to the put premiums if the index falls? Put premiums will increase and call premiums will decrease. Same way. The calls will react positively with the direction and put will react negatively with the direction. Who gave this behavior to the call and who gave this behavior to the put? That is delta. Delta is a directional Greek. Can you tell me how many Greeks do we have? Option Greeks? How many option Greeks do we have? How many Greeks will actually affect the premiums of call and put? Delta, theta, okay. 5. Can you name what are the 5 option Greeks do we have that we have? Delta, gamma, theta, vega, and rho. Okay. Rho is basically it's basically an interest-based Greek. We generally don't use it. It doesn't have much impact on our trading style, so we generally don't get into the rho. American options use the rho mostly. European options generally we completely ignore the rho. So RHO rho. not ROW rho, Bhavish. It's RHO. Delta, gamma, theta spelling is wrong. THETA, theta, vega, and RHO rho. Okay. Now, delta is basically tries to understand the direction and it behaves. Okay. Delta is nothing but the rate of change of premium with its direction. So delta is positive for the call and delta is negative for the put. So that was the reason call is called positive option, put is called negative option. That positivity and negativity is given by actually the delta. Okay, clear? So everybody note down this, that the delta is nothing but the directional Greek. It actually helps us to access the direction properly. How much risk you have to take, how much risk is involved, everything depends on how much delta your portfolio consists of. Okay, so these are the two things. Call will have positive delta, put will have negative delta. These are two things. And what are the different types of options based on the moneyness of options? Anybody know? Especially the experienced people, what are the different types of options with respect to the moneyness? Anybody? What are the different types of options with respect to the moneyness of options? ATM, ITM and OTM. Have you ever heard these terms? ATM, ITM and OTM? ATM, ITM and OTM? You know the answer, but you don't know what are them. What are those? That's the problem. Okay, these are the general terms everybody knows, but they don't know on what basis it is called ITM, on what basis it is called ATM, on what basis it is called OTM. That is called moneyness, moneyness of options. Okay, the highest moneyness will be in the ITMs, the medium will be in the ATMs, and very less moneyness will be there in the OTMs. Okay, the moneyness bulk, the moneyness factor will also be depending on the delta only. ITM will have the highest delta, OTM will have the lowest delta, and ATM will have the medium delta. Usually the ATM calls and ATM puts, all the ATMs will have 0.5 delta. 0.5 delta is exactly half. This is what I'm talking about, the half. Obviously, ITM will give you the biggest profit if it goes in your direction, because ITM will have high delta. First, let's understand the delta, then we will get into the profits or losses. 0.5. ATM will have 0.5. That means exactly the halfness of the behavior of the original product. If original product moves 100 points, half delta options will move 50% of the move, that is by the product. Okay, ATM will behave half of the product. If Bank Nifty is moving 100 points, your ATM call should move or ATM put should move how many points? With 0.5 delta, how many points it should move? Whether it is in profits or loss doesn't matter. Just understand in terms of delta. If your product is moving 100 points, your ATM call and ATM put will move 50 points. Reason is delta, because delta is giving you the power to access the direction and the moneyness as well. Two important things, direction and moneyness. These two will be accessible to you only because you have delta. Delta will decide the moneyness and delta will decide the direction. Call will have positive delta, put will have negative delta. Now, the market is moving up. If I have to access the bullish direction, you have to do what? If you want to access the bullish direction, you have to do what with your call? If you have call option, what will you do? You will buy the call. Reason is the call premiums increase by how many points? 50 points. So for every 100 points, your ATM call will make 50 points of premium. That too, because it is positive, your premiums will increase and make money for you. That is how you have decided that my portfolio delta should be 0.5 in a bullish direction because I am buying a call. Buying a call is a delta positive strategy with a delta value of 0.5. This is how you control the delta. You don't know all these things. You will simply buy a call or you will simply buy a put based on whatever the strike price. You don't even understand what strike prices you want. You just buy it randomly and you will lose. And you say market is gambling. This is the problem. There is every way possible. Index up by 100 points, then ATM with 0.5 delta will give you 500 points profit, and put will give you 500 points loss if you buy the put. Now, if you have taken OTM call or OTM put will have very less delta of 0.2 to 0.3. That means for every 100-point move, your OTM will move only 30 points. If you take an ITM call, ITM will have a delta of 0.7 to 0.8. For every 100 points, it will almost behave like the product. Almost 80 to 90 points profit you will get if you find the right direction. So this is how you can actually control the delta and the direction. Is it clear, everyone? Everybody is clear with the delta concept? Now you decide how much delta impact your portfolio should have. Do you want to go with the 50-point impact for both profit and loss? Do you want to go with the 30-point impact for profit and loss? Everything matters. So the first important thing is understanding the direction, which needs price action. Second one is understanding the delta, which further you need to understand the options. So option buying is not that easy because it is involving both technical analysis and options concepts. Option selling, you just need options concept, that's enough, because price action need not to be known if you are an option seller. But if you are an option buyer, make sure you know the price action properly and options concept properly. If not, you will never win. I will write it up and give you. Clear? Now, the real challenge for most of the people is, if I take ITM, I will not get profits. Reason is the theta will eat your profits because of time decay. So that's one problem. That was the reason people don't go with OTMs. I understand. ATMs, if they go with ATMs, the risk is very high because 50 points, if your direction is wrong, it will go and fall and you will lose 50 points for every 100 points fall. That is second problem. Third problem, and of course there will be some time decay. ITM, if you take ITM, there won't be much of time decay that will be affecting your ITM because it's already in the money and the time decay will be almost negligible. But the delta effect will be very high, 80 points to 90 points. That means for every 100-point move against your direction, you will lose 100 points per trade. How can I control this? How can I control my delta? In the last classes, I have explained you how to create the spreads. How many people joined that particular class where I have shown how to control your delta by creating the spreads? A bull call spread or a bull put spread, bear call spread and a bear put spread. How many people joined that particular session? Let me show you the behavior of the options with call and put. Then I will show you how you can control the delta based on your risk, based on your capital, based on your appetite. Okay, all these things I will cover in this particular session. Please be patient. Just give me a second. I am opening the website. Let me show you. Let me give you a delta positive scenario and a theta negative scenario, which is call buy. Basically, calling a buying a call is a delta positive, theta negative. Theta negative reason is buying the option. Delta positive reason is buying the call. So buying an option is always theta negative. Buying a call is theta positive. So here, if you can see, the spot is 35,350. So it will be ATM would be around 35,400 call. So if I buy it, let's go to the Greeks and understand the delta. Yes, sir. You might close it. You just see button open. Switch on. So we have chosen the ATM option, so the delta would be 0.5, but the positivity or negativity of the delta depends on which one are you buying or which one are you selling. As you are buying a call, it will be positive delta. If you can see here in the Greeks, how much is the delta you can see here? How much is the delta that you can see here? Everyone, how much delta you can see here? 0.5. This is what I'm talking about, 0.5. Half of the behavior of the original product. So if product moves 100 points, it will move 50 points. So this is how. And I told you theta is negative because you are buying a call. So forget about gamma and vega because that's a very huge concept. It will take around 1 to 2 hours to explain all the Greeks. I'm not going with any other Greeks. I'm just focusing on the delta because that is the real culprit of the losses that you are getting. Actually, your losses and profits depends on the delta and your call input. The negativity and positivity depends on the call input. So everything are interrelated with delta. So if you buy a call, the probability of making profits is only 30%, which is very less. So that is the reason I generally ask anybody. And in fact, you can see the, if you can see the payoff, how much is the maximum loss you can get, everybody? What is the maximum loss you can get in this particular option? If you buy one particular call, one lot, what is the maximum loss you can get? 11,000. Now, how many people are ready to lose 11,000 with one lot? How many people here in this room are ready to lose 10,000 with single lot? Yes or no? Absolutely no. So you know the consequences of this trade, still you take naked calls. Reason? No. Nobody know the reason. I've seen people with 50,000 capital. Yashwant, I can't talk Telugu because there are so many people, other people have joined. Not everybody are from our state, I guess. How many people are here are not from Telugu? I mean, not from the south states, Andhra or Telangana. How many people are here are not from? See, that is the reason I'm going with English. If everybody are from the same state, I could have taken, all right, no problem. That is the reason I started it in English. All right. Where am I? All right. I've seen people with 50,000 capital take 10 lots. God knows what are they up to. They take the far away OTMs with 30, 40 premiums. They take 10 quantity and they will ruin their capital in every way possible and they will get out of the market very soon. See, this is the problem. Understanding the direction is the biggest challenge any trader would go with. But still people are like, let me try my luck. Let me try my luck. What if it hits the target? What if it goes to the loss? Nobody cares about it. They think that chalo. This is not, what do you say that? Satta Bazaar. I'm not good with the Hindi terminologies, but yeah, somebody says Jua. I really don't know. I mean, gambling. This is not gambling. Let's try our luck. No, why do you want to try your luck with your own hard-earned money? कोई काम नहीं है क्या? Don't gamble with your hard-earned money. You're disrespecting your money. If you are taking the big lots with 50,000 capital, in fact, you're disrespecting the markets. You're disrespecting your hard-earned money. If you don't respect your money, you will never win. Discipline and proper knowledge is what you need to become a good trader, a disciplined trader. So the risk involved in naked option buying is very high. So for that very reason, I have come up with a proper controlled based system that is called delta based system. Now, I don't want 0.5 delta. At the same time, I don't want to go with the OTMs. See, 0.5 delta is with the ATM. 0.2, 0.3 is OTM. OTM will have high theta decay effect, so I don't want that. ATMs will have 0.5 because high delta, it's very risky. I can never go with ITMs because of the high delta ranges. So what is the only way you can control is selling a call, selling a far away call, which can help you to reduce your losses. So this is what I'm going to show you again. So what you can do is, along with your naked call option, take a 400 or 500 far away call option, which is OTM call option. 36,000 call, but I'm going to sell. If you do this, what will happen is your risk is going to get reduced so much. Now, how much is the maximum risk that is involved? There is a class going on. So sit for a while. Once it is done, you share. I'm having a class. You don't have any problem. So if you can see, the loss has been reduced to 6,500. The previous loss is how much? What is the previous loss with the naked call that we have taken? 11,000. 11,000 has been reduced to 6,500. Okay. So this is how you can control. Now, how many people are not okay with even this loss? You want to, so basically I have taken the monthly options. Let me go with the weekly options. The risk will be reduced a bit. Achha, this is 1 second. 21st July. Okay, so if you can see how much is the maximum risk here, guys. What is the maximum risk now? Everybody. What is the maximum risk involved now? $4.8. And what is the maximum target? What is the maximum risk reward you have here? I mean, the reward is 10,000, loss is 4,000. So this is how you can actually manage your losses. Now, if I'm a guy who can't take more than 2,000 risk in a trade, I would go with a better scenario. That is, I would bring my OTM to little nearby. I will bring it to 35,600 maybe. So in this way, I can reduce my losses to 2,000. Now, how many people are ready to lose a 2,000 in a single day? Obviously, you don't even need to put the stop losses in this particular spread. If you know the direction properly, take this. This is called bull call spread. Take the spread and leave it. If at all market really tends to move up, you will make eventually the profits, which is around 3,000. But if at all the market reverses, the maximum loss that too on an expiry, not on an intraday basis, the maximum loss is around 2,200, which will be totally fine because that is what the risk that you are ready to take on a single day. So the capital needed for this system is 17,000. The max risk will be 2,000. The maximum target will be 3,000. It's more of a 1:1 scenario. Now tell me something, those who are doing option buying, do you think same call buy sell? If same call, same call buy sell, then it will be zero, right? How will you even get money? If you're buying the same call and selling the same call, then how will you get money? You need to have the difference in the strike prices at least by 100 or 200. I would suggest you go with the 200 points. Okay. All right, guys. So tell me something very frankly. How many people would choose to go with the naked calls, or how many people would choose to go with the spreads after this? So tell me your choice, spreads or naked calls. Absolutely, right? So this, see, even after okay, so this is how I want to change your mindsets from the naked calls to spreads. So let's spread the good news of the spreads. So this is the delta positive scenario that I have given you today. The buy call is at 48 delta and the sell call is at 36. What is the net delta? What is the net delta are you getting, guys? This is how you can control the delta based on your strike prices. What is the net delta that you're getting here? 12 points. That means for every 100-point move, you will lose only 12 points. Or for every 100-point upper move, you will gain only 12 points. This is how things will be managed in the spreads. So that is how, even though you have less capital, still you can go with options with less risk. This is how you can trade. So whenever you know the direction, go with the spread rather than the naked call. You will never ever lose more than your risk appetite. Clear? This is the delta positive scenario and theta negative scenario. Let me show you the delta negative, that is bearish strategy ones. Bearish strategy can be created by buying a put, which is a naked put. Okay. And you have to take a 200 far away OTM, which will be 35,200. So it's opposite. Now, if the market falls, you will make money. So the maximum profit is 2,900 and the maximum loss is 2,000. So this is bear put spread. Okay. So one is bear bull call spread, then this is bear put spread. Buy an ATM call and sell a 200 above OTM call. That is delta positive with less delta control. This is bear put spread. Buy an ATM put and sell at 200 far away OTM put. These two scenarios will help you to reduce your losses as much as possible. At the same time, there is a very high chance for you to make money if the direction is perfect. Sideways, it's not the spread. For sideways, you have to go with a short straddle. Non-directional scenarios, non-directional, we have a whole new class for non-directional. For that, you need more capital. For that, you need more capital, around 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs capital you need to make money in the sideways market. Okay. So that's a different topic. Now, I totally understand that, you are struggling to know more about the options, but I'll give you something which is, I'll tell you something which is really important. That is, the upcoming batch is going to be the options advanced course. I am going to explain you everything in detail about options, option Greeks, delta, theta, gamma, and vega, delta positive strategies. We have 8 to 9 different combinations of delta positive, 8 to 9 different combinations of delta negative, and 8 to 9 combinations of non-directional scenarios as well. Okay, so we will be discussing each and every possible combination in delta positive, delta negative, and delta neutral. Delta neutral is neutralizing delta from both the sides, buying and selling equal and opposite delta, which will create a delta neutral scenario. That's where you will make money in the sideways market. So if anybody is interested to be the part of my personal mentorship program, you can give your name and number. We will be getting back to you with all the details, and if interested, you can join the upcoming advanced option course. So the bear put spread, obviously that the delta will be positive 12, but it is negative. This is what I'm talking about. This is delta negative. So put is at minus 51 and selling the put is at 39, which has created a negative delta, which is 12. So if at all the market falls 100 points, you will make 12 points profit. If at all market moves 100 points up, then you will lose 12 points. This is how the spread is created. Okay, if anybody is interested and serious about options, you can give your names and numbers. We will be getting back to you with all the details. The backend team will send you a WhatsApp link as well. Use that link and get into the group and get all the details in the group. I will be here for next 5 minutes. If anybody is interested, drop your name and number, and we will get back to you with all the details. You can give here itself. I'll be saving your numbers personally, and I'll be sending you all the details about the course. It's going to be a 13 module course, starting from the basics of options to the advanced strategies, how to plot the intraday levels, how to plot the positional levels, everything will be discussed. And the practical usage of the Greeks will be explained in a detailed way. As myself, I am a full-time option seller. This is going to be pretty much interesting because I'm going to teach you what I personally use in my personal setups. All right. This particular course is all about my perception about the stock markets in options. All right. Anybody else? Can you please raise your hands if any who all are interested in this particular course? Who all are interested in this particular course? Please raise your hands or give your names or numbers. We have the continuous session. Vasam Ramesh, please give your number. We will be getting back to you with all the details. Let's make some arrangements. Let's go. Anybody else? Deepak, Vishnu, Yashwant, Aurora. If anybody else is interested to learn personally with me, you can give your name and number. Trust me, it is going to be very interesting. If you understood this particular class, you are going to love this. I'm telling you right now. The course is going to be pretty much interesting. Yes, Abhiram, please tell me. Yes, pretty much same. 18,000, 15,000 for the spreads. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Is there anybody else who's interested in this course? Please give your names and numbers. And we have the discounts for the people who have joined this particular webinar. You will be getting the extra benefits that others are not going to get. So don't miss this opportunity. Try to get into the course, try to get into the board with me and learn different possibilities of trading with options. Anybody else? Anybody else? Do you guys have any other doubts? Please let me know. At least if anybody is interested to know about the course, don't join, but at least knowing about the course or personally need to talk to me, get into the WhatsApp group and get into the WhatsApp and give your details. I will get back to you with all the information. If anybody want to talk to me personally, give your click the link on the WhatsApp and get in touch with us. I'll give you all the details possible. Yes. For the people who want it in Telugu, we'll be having it in Telugu. For the people who want it in English and Hindi together, they'll be having in Hindi. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for the day. Thank you so much for your time. And we will be joining again with the new webinar in next upcoming days. Until then, have a great day. See you. Bye bye. I wish you all the best.